Yeah,
we were like
taking the knives out, and we were like, clap!
Yeah, I was like pop, lock, and drop it. Oh my god. Hey, I'm Maria.
And I'm Savanna.
So today we're going to talk about our prom horror story because
it sucks. It was fun, but like everything that you think could go wrong did go wrong.
the whole day leading up to prom was a disaster.
So I get here, we're both getting ready. Okay, one, the limo shows up early.
No, like it really did show up like an hour early.
Yeah.
So the limo was already scheduled to pick us up like super early, like it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and like everybody in our group complained. And it ended up showing up at like 10.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, that's cool. So we got our stuff ready, we went outside and...
Okay, so took our pictures. It's time to get in the limo. The ride to pick everyone else up was great. We meet in a parking lot. Some people are there, some people aren't. So we're in the parking lot for a while and it's really hot. Really hot.
We live in Florida.
Literally, can you imagine Florida in May? It's hot. And then finally everyone shows up and everybody's all hot and sweaty, and then we gotta all pile in this limo after taking tons of pictures.
The limo was so crowded.
There was plenty of water.
Yeah.
But then like the water was behind the seats, so people would be like standing up and then like trying to get water and slinging ice everywhere.
Yeah, with all the dresses. Oh my god.
Finally, the limo starts moving once we all pile in the vehicle.
I don't even want to think about it.
We pull out of the parking lot, turn onto a road, come to a red light. It's red.
With a bunch of cars. Okay, this is
it's a four-way intersection, red lights, green lights, yellow lights, all around. Okay, one of the busiest spots in town, which is a big deal because it's a tiny town. Okay, so it turns green, you know, we
go.
And then, you know, we're all talking, and then we
were playing cards or something.
Yeah, we were playing, cops and drug dealers?
Yeah.
Cops and drug dealers, we were playing that. Ahaha. Okay, so, I kind of look around, everybody starts kind of looking around.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the intersection.
Not moving.
And we were like, oh, okay. Oh. And we hear the engines go vroom, vroom. We're like, oh yeah, that sounds real good, but why isn't it moving? And the dude's like not talking to us.
Yeah, we sat there for how long?
We were in the middle of
like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
We sat in the middle of this busy four-way intersection. It's a long limo blocking everything, okay? No car, oh my god. And we just sat there. And like our limo guy was like crazy. Okay, like he was weird.
He kind of acted like he was on drugs.
Yeah, he was like super sweaty and like really sketchy, and like he
wasn't nice. He asked, before we got in the limo, he asked us if any of us had alcohol, and we have a bunch of like comedians in our group. So they were like,
oh, I mean, I don't know, maybe I do.
And he flipped out. He acted like he was gonna kick us out of the limo because they made a joke.
Okay, well, so we sat there, and we sat there, and we sat there.
I don't even know how he got the limo going, and that's a really bad part. So the limo starts actually moving, and we're all like, yeah, we're gonna go, let's go, whoa. So we get like 15 feet down the road, and he pulls into like the middle lane of
the highway. It was a highway.
So he pulls into the middle lane, and we stop. And you know, we're looking around, we're like, all right, so what's happening? And he never even really told us. Since it happened right there, all the parents start flying around the limo, and all these dads come out of the woodworks, and they're like,
I know how to fix a limo, but you look under the hood. There. Yeah.
So there's like 15 dads in the front of the limo, and the limo driver's there. The limo driver's like, what did he even need? Transmission?
I don't even think he really knew what he needed.
I think he made something up.
Yeah.
So he was like,
oh, I just need transmission fluid and it'll be okay.
He said, okay, like up the street a little bit. I mean, it was like a mile up the street, so it wasn't that close. It was like an auto parts store, and he was like,
oh, guess I'm just gonna have to walk on down there.
He was literally trying to get sympathy, and it was like, what? You're
he was like complaining to us, like it was our fault. Like he was like,
oh, it's broken, I guess. Guess it's all broken. Gonna have to go do this, even though it's my job.
I don't even think they tried the transmission fluid, honestly. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, I think they like just told him or something that it wasn't gonna work or something. So this girl that's in our group, her dad's like a mechanic or something, and so he came to the rescue with his like chalk and like a thing and like moved the limo with all of us in it.
Yeah, like we didn't even know, okay? I rolled down the window and yelled over to my mom across the road. I was like, hey, do you know how they're gonna move us? And then the next thing I know, we're like flying down the road and I was like, never mind! I just rolled the window.
But like every time we moved, I got so excited because I thought we were actually going. Because we were supposed to be going to Jacksonville, which is like an hour and a half to 2 hours with like traffic and stuff. So it's like a long way to, and I was like on a schedule, you know, like I'm that kind of person, like we have to go. Okay, and we had all like these plans for the Cheesecake Factory and to do pictures on the beach and all this stuff, and we were stuck in our little town. They moved the limo off to like this dirt road thing right there because in our town every road's a dirt road. Like while we were sitting in there and waiting, we all sat in there, we just played cards with no air conditioning.
Well, okay, there was air conditioning, but you couldn't feel it.
It didn't work.
Because there were 15 bodies absorbing it, so like you didn't feel anything. I had a vent blowing straight on my face and I didn't feel anything. So we decided we're not gonna let this limo thing ruin our prom.
Because actually some people in our group wanted to go to this town that's like over, which is actually where I live, which is like 30 minutes away. And it's not that great, okay? And the best restaurant there is like Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Okay, and I wanted a little something a little better than that. Okay, I'm sorry. So we decided like we want to go to Jacksonville, we want to do everything, but like we were still like having to work out this whole time situation and like who's gonna ride with who because there was like not enough there was just enough cars, but like certain people wanted to ride with certain people.
I decided that we would just take my car. I wanted to ride in my car because I like my little car, you know. But I didn't want to drive because Jacksonville, big city traffic, don't want to deal with it, to be honest. So I had a date. So I was like, do I really want to say that I had a date?
Just this guy that you were with. I mean, he wasn't your date. Just this thing.
He asked me and bought my freaking corsage. He can drive my car. I'll be in there. We'll take Maria and our other friend Haitian and her date. And
except we didn't really know Tyler, which is Haitian's date.
Yeah, that's a different story. So, well, there's this thing about my car that I always denied because whenever it happened to other people driving my car, it didn't happen to me. So like I was just like, no, I think it's just you. If my car runs for maybe a little over 30 minutes, it could be an hour. It really depends on how the car's feeling that day. It stops accelerating, like push it down to the floor and it doesn't go over 70 if you're lucky. It starts doing that.
On the interstate, on the busy interstate.
Yeah. And I was just like, I panic when stuff goes wrong with my car. Okay. So everybody's getting annoyed and I'm like wanting to cry because my car's feelings are my feelings and I was just like, well.
Yeah, we could like see like everybody in our group was like zooming past us.
Yeah. And then one person stayed driving behind us and they were like, why are you driving like me? And I was like, well, I wouldn't be, but my car won't accelerate. So we stopped to get gas. That was nice.
Yeah, nice. And then we like went and got snacks and stuff, and like the guy in the thing,
he was like,
oh my god, you guys look great.
And then he was like,
oh, you're going to prom?
And I was like, no, I normally dress like this.
Oh, and also that like whole ride, I was squished in the back with Haitian and Tyler, and Haitian was wearing a big poofy dress, and I was wearing a not poofy dress, but uncomfortable dress, and we were all very uncomfortable. It was.
We drive to it was like. What is it? A fishing boardwalk?
A pier.
A pier. That's
on Jacksonville Beach.
So
it's like the pier at Jacksonville Beach.
we drive to that area and we soon realized it's probably a good thing the limo broke down because we would have never found parking because we could barely find parking with cars. But we all found parking in different places. We met at the pier on the boardwalk and we were gonna walk to the end of it and take pictures. So we began the 8-mile trek
In
down
heels and dresses and tuxes and
down that pier, which is fine. Okay, do it for the ocean, the cute little background, whatever. Everyone's got fishing poles, swinging them back, so you're having to like dodge fishing hooks here and there. And we finally get down there and we used like a selfie stick. Somebody brought a selfie stick, so we used that because we didn't have a photographer because nobody could decide on a photographer and nobody wanted to pay for a photographer, so we were like, well, we'll do it ourselves. Then somebody offered, or I think we asked somebody to take the pictures, so we literally down there, we took like five pictures.
because everybody was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
let's
nobody
go.
wanted to cooperate, which I was fine with because I was hot. Okay.
Yeah.
So we start walking. Here it goes. We start walking back down the boardwalk, and this is what really gets me is my feet weren't hurting that bad, but just enough to be kind of annoying. And I don't really like wearing shoes. So I took my shoes off. The dude that was dressed like me was like,
the dude that was dressed like
that's
me.
how I'm gonna refer to him. He was like, well, let me carry your shoes. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I can carry my own shoes. And he was like, no. And he just took them from me. So I was like, okay, I don't care. So I'm going along, you know, holding my dress up, you know, whatever. And then I start feeling this feeling.
Feeling the feeling.
And I was like, my feet kind of burn. And then I was like, my feet are on fire. 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 So then I was like, well, I don't have my shoes and I don't have time to turn around and ask for them, so I'm gonna run. I hauled butt down the rest of that pier in my prom dress, barefoot. Okay, I'm whizzing past all these people. I get out of the pier, I get to this patch of sand and I stopped, and it was worse than the boardwalk. So I kept running, and thank God I had my freaking keys with me. So I unlocked my car, I got in my car, it was hot in the car, so I like swung my leg over and pushed on the brake pedal, turned the car on, and as soon as my foot made contact with that brake pedal, I thought I was gonna have to amputate my foot. The pain was just like 1,000 million billion needles going straight into my foot, and I was just like, what's happening? So I'm just sitting in the passenger seat like this. Everybody gets in the car and they're kind of confused as to why I went running down the pier.
Yeah, I was literally like, what?
Yeah, nobody really knew what happened. And I looked at my left foot and I saw all this skin rolling.
Ugh.
And I was like, oh, that's not normal. So then I looked at my other foot, which is facing the dude that was dressed like me, and he looked and he was like, holy sh**. I was like, I really messed up. Like, your feet aren't supposed to look like ruffles. So we get to the Cheesecake Factory where we ate, which parking, we got lucky with the parking. Well, just for the time being.
We also got lucky with the like reservations, because for the Cheesecake Factory you can't like call in.
If you were a celebrity, I bet you could.
Which here I can.
Yeah.
So we get out of the car, and
well, everyone else got out of the car.
Yeah, we start getting out of the cars and stuff and like getting ready to go, and then Savanna's like, I can't go.
So I got out of the car and I took like one step and I almost crumbled.
I remember that, oh my god.
And then I was like, okay, you know what, everybody else, you guys just go in and eat, and I'll sit in the car, you know, you can bring me something if you want, I'll just chill in my car, and then you guys can come out and we'll just leave. I'm good. The dude that was dressed like me insisted that that was not gonna happen, and she did too. He and I and Maria got in my car while everyone else went inside the Cheesecake Factory, and we drove around until we found a Walgreens. I hobbled inside the Walgreens. I don't even know why I went. Like, what was the point of me going?
I don't know.
But I was
you were like so determined, like, I'm gonna do this by myself.
Yeah, that was dumb though. But I walked into the Walgreens and I'm like limping. You know, I'm getting it though. And I'm like literally dropping 20s everywhere. Like I had about 2 people, maybe 3, come up to me and like hand me a 20 because they were like, oh, you dropped this. So I'm like losing my life here. Okay, so finally we got the pharmacist to help and he gave me some kind of spray and like wrap and band-aids and all this stuff. So we get back to the Cheesecake Factory and there's no parking like right there.
Oh, I forgot about that. Wow, our day really sucked.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I don't know how I made it. Honestly, I don't know how I made it inside of that restaurant. But I did.
And like by the time we got there, all of our friends had already ordered and everything.
Yeah, Haitian is asking me about my foot and whatnot. And when the waitress came up to take our orders, we ordered, and Haitian goes,
can we get like some ice for her foot?
and the waitress gave her the most what look I've ever seen in my life. And then I had to explain because I just felt the need. So she comes back and she's got like this huge to-go bag, like this deep, like fancy plastic bag, and it's like filled with ice. And she's like, you can put your whole foot in there. I decided that I had to call my mom because I texted her earlier and she was like, let me know if you want me to meet you and you get back in town and I'll bring Silvadine, which if you don't know what that is, it's like this miracle stuff that they give like radiation patients or whatever. I decided I couldn't enjoy prom, that I couldn't do it, so I had to call my mommy to help me. When we got back in town and my brother and my mom get out of the car and they came over, my brother wrapped my foot for me. My mom put the Silvadine on my foot, my brother wrapped my foot, well, both my feet. So we got in the car, we go to prom.
Like that whole week before prom, like the week of prom or whatever, the DJ for prom told our school that we could like submit song requests to like this certain email, like his email, and he would play the songs. How many, like I'm pretty sure we submitted like 100 songs between the both of us.
I didn't hear one song until I made a bunch of people like go up there and request the same.
Yeah, and you had to request like at
prom. Like that, what was the purpose of the emailing?
Like we had fire playlists, okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They played Clouds.
Oh, it was
by One Direction. And we didn't even request it.
Yeah, like, we didn't request it.
We always think that we're like the only like people in from our high school that would have done that.
Yeah.
And apparently not.
But that was like a really scary moment because they like, you know, they come on and they're like,
yeah,
the whole place is like Clouds!
And everybody else was like, who's this? I mean, in the end, it was okay. It wasn't that bad, but like, did our limo really have to break down?
Did I really have to burn my feet off?
Okay, so before my card runs out of storage again, I guess that's it. So, tell us down below if you have any prom horror stories because I'm sure you do. Like, stop lying to yourself.
Yeah. Like, even just the slightest thing.
Or if you just have like a horror story in general, like high school or whatever. Because we all like to hear about other people's misery. Yeah. Oh, we can cry together. Do the things.
Oh,
down below, you know.
So, you know, below, Snapchats, Instagram, Twitter,
yeah, follow us on Snapchat, for real.
Literally, nobody will even see, okay? So it's like this secret that we'll both have with each other.
And obviously, if you follow us on Instagram or Twitter or wherever, we're obviously gonna follow back. So,
yeah.
So that is all, and we will see you all in the next video next week. It's gonna be on 5 sauce and our 5 sauce, so let's
be there or be square. Hard to make a room. Yeah, you just move it in.
Yeah.
Move it